What's going on, guys? Welcome back into Lights Out Gaming. For those of you that are new here, my name is Mike, and what you are watching today is a little break from our Tips and Tricks Thursday. What I decided to do today is go into a create a class for you. I am sure a lot of you have the Obsidian Steed by now, because you do get it once you hit Master Prestige in this game, or you might have gotten it through a supply drop. Now, when I first got the Obsidian Steed, I liked the gun. I definitely liked it, and it was just like, wow, you know, I have the elite variant of the BAL, this is great. It's a great gun. But I have found a way to get it better. And while most people have done create a class setups with the Obsidian Steed or the BAL, this one's a little different because the game has evolved and it's changed in certain ways. They do patches all the time. I'm sure you know that. And if if you're still playing the game, if you're still watching these videos, you understand that they change guns all the time. So what I did the other day, because I'd been using the Inferno, I'd been using the Insanity, and I decided to go back to the Steed. I did not like it without a silencer. But what I did is I put on the screen the class that I set up, and I pretty much wrecked all day long. And I'm going to tell you why. Alright, so the first part that we have is obviously in our primary gun slot we're going to have the Obsidian Steed. Now where the attachments come in, that is where this is a make or break for the gun. First things first, I always throw extended mags on. I love it in this game. You're jumping around, you'll often come upon multiple enemies, especially when you're playing objective game modes. So I do like having extended mags on most of my guns. So the next attachment that we're going to use is the grip. The grip is very strong in Advanced Warfare. We're going to use that because I want to make this gun as stable as possible. We want to make it a laser. We're going to pair it with the third attachment I'm about to get to in a second. If you can control this gun's recoil without a grip, you can do that and you can swap it out for something like a stock, but I just wanted to let you know that I do use it with a grip. But the biggest one, the most important one for the Obsidian Steed in general, is the silencer. And I'm going to tell you why. The way that this gun was designed with the damage, basically it's going to be a 25 damage at all ranges. So when you're talking about, usually there's a 5-shot kill where everything moves to. The Obsidian Steed, there is no 5-shot kill. Basically, with how big these maps are and what you're going to be using it for, you are never going to have a 5-shot kill with this gun, even with the silencer on it. So I know it sounds like a small, minute thing, but if you use this on the regular BAL silencer, it's going to hurt the gun a whole lot, and your 5-shot kill range is going to be actually rather short. So when you throw a silencer on the Obsidian Steed, it doesn't really change the gun at all. So you are essentially staying off the map while not losing any range penalty, which is extremely, extremely important. Obviously, that's going to lead into your perk setup. In the first perk slot, what we're going to have is we're going to have lightweight, which is usually I thought I just throw that on every class. You guys know if you've watched my class setup videos before. Lightweight, just because of the movement in this game, you're moving around so fast. We're going to use low profile for obvious reasons. We're using this as a stealth class. We have a silencer on there. We have low profile. We are good to go. They're not going to have any idea where we are on the map. It's going to be a good time. Blind Eye, that's going to keep us off if they have score streaks. That's just going to keep, the sentry guns that are annoying. We're talking about the warbirds, things like that. Hopefully we're not letting them get those streaks, but if they do, we have Blind Eye on, which is more important than most things. You could also throw on peripherals, because I also do like peripherals, but this is the class that I was actually using, and it worked out to my advantage more often than not. In the perk 3 slot, Blast Suppressor, it's the most necessary perk in the game. It's a crutch perk. I can't play without it. I don't like playing without it, and I suggest you don't either. Toughness isn't really necessary on this class because what we're doing with the role that we're playing, we are not going to be approaching many gunfights where they know where we are. Because like I said, we're stealth. If we're playing to the strengths of our gun, they're not going to be really getting into gunfights, and we don't need toughness as much as we normally would when we're running without a suppressor. Obviously in the score streaks, this is all on your preference. This has nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with the class setup, but this is the class that I use. The UAV with the extra time, the support, and the threat detection. That way you don't have to worry about, stringing UAVs together. You don't have to worry about dying. You just play your game. The aerial assault drone with rockets and AI control, as well as the warbird with AI control. That about does it for this video, guys. I just wanted to make sure I let you know the reason that I use the silencer on the Obsidian Steed, and maybe you could try it too. Maybe it'll make you fall in love with the gun again. Because I know me personally, I was using the Inferno, and I was like, oh, the Inferno is such a better gun. But when you break it down and you look at it like, what are the best attachments for this gun? The Obsidian Steed is probably the best gun, because when I first started using it, it would bounce around an awful lot. I would be like, I'm not sure I like this gun very much because it bounces when you're using no silencer. And most people don't realize that when you throw a silencer on a gun, it reduces the muzzle flash. So therefore, it appears as if it reduces recoil, even though it doesn't. But that's why I throw that on and the grip, and it turns into somewhat of a laser with a forward shot kill at all range, and you're not even on the map. So, like I said, guys, give this gun a shot. If you wrote it off thinking, I really don't like the Steed as much as most people say you should, maybe it's because they were using the silencer and you weren't. Let me know how the class works out for you, but I'm going to show you at the end of this video. I'm just going to put up a few of the ending scoreboards that I kind of got with this gun, and this was all in one day. I just wanted to let you know that this gun is really working out for me right now with the class setup that I've done. So, like I said, let me know how it goes in the comment section below. Like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel to see more footage just like this. But until next time, guys, lights out.